Cloud Climber is an indie game by developer 2-Star Games, and it was released in 2021. The game story revolves around big towers that people build to survive the surface. The goal was to get as close to the clouds as they could, so they could get water with more ease. Because, as we can see, the surface is riddled with sandstorms. We wake up in the third tower and we need to reach the first. From the protagonist's narration, we understand that we are the only remaining member of this tribe of cloud climbers. So in my brain, the world of Cloud Climber represents the dual nature of the concept of tradition. Tradition is when people celebrate or keep doing an action based on repetition, since older generations did so. We have to do it in the present. We can see it in the concept of the towers. People started it with the motivation of reaching the clouds, and future generations continue that tradition without really understanding it fully. They only followed the pact without thinking for themselves. So our protagonist, in that loneliness, is able to tackle that idea. He's able to question the world around him, because the future of the towers of the tradition to reach the clouds is only up to him, and whether he shares the same goal and motivation with his ancestors. He questions the actions of people generations before him, and whether their goal resonates with him. Tradition to me is a really interesting concept. It is an action that is performed by generations, even if they are hundreds of years from the event that sparked it. Sometimes I feel distant from my own culture, because it celebrates something that doesn't affect me, or it was so long ago that the motive for continuing it has been lost to me. So as people of the next generation, we are faced with the dilemma of continuing the tradition without fully understanding it or relating to it, or to make room for modern culture that relates to us and we understand it. That duality that plagues the protagonist. The difference between us and the climber is that when we make the choice to leave tradition behind, we move forward. That tradition is only remembered in history. But the climber, when he decides to leave tradition behind, he has no other place to go other than the tower. The memory of the part he chooses to leave behind always reminding him to climb towards the clouds.